moving like the speed of sound. We can keep on the ground.
Hello girls, guys and gamers, it's Nicky Lee here and we're back to doing another subscriber showcase. Today we're joined by Nick from Nick Hills. So hello Nick.
Hello there.
So give us a little rundown of your channel.
So, the Nick Hills channel, it's a mix of group let's plays, solo LPs, there's a bit of Minecraft building in there, there's a lot of awesome noughts being played at the moment, and it's a general sort of mishmash of all these sorts of things, edited down for your audio-visual enjoyment.
So pretty much is it like just a let's player, pretty much like me, but
Yeah.
you have better let's builds than me. I have no let's build, let's be honest. I just build stuff.
Yeah, it's time and practice. I mean, I've been playing Minecraft since the alpha days, so I'm sort of well integrated with the game.
Oh, the thing, I started quite randomly because I was like bored. All the games I was playing, I can't remember what I was playing, but I was like really bored. I was going, it's about £20, I'll get it. And I didn't really play it that much. Then my brother was like harassing me to play it.
Yeah.
And then I started doing some of my videos, earlier stuff, and it was like, you're copying the Yogscast. I'm like, who the hell's the Yogscast? And I was
That's
like,
quite the compliment, really.
I know. It was more of like an insider saying you're trying to. I'm like, Then I was going, I love Sips and Shin, this is genius. And then I fell in love with the Yogscast. So yeah, I kind of inverted. Most people go from the Yogscast into Minecraft, but I went from Minecraft into the Yogscast, which is really weird. So let's talk about your content. So what's your inspiration towards your actual Let's Builds?
Well, I'd say that, I mean, again, I watch Yogscast stuff, and Shin is probably the largest inspiration behind the Let's Building stuff. A lot of that, and a lot of like movie stuff. I mean, the Castle Let's Build, for example, is, in a way, it's quite Isengard inspired. I mean, if you look at sort of the architecture of that, compare it to Isengard.
I think about it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the scene that I had is the one where Gandalf on top of Isengard, with calling the butterfly, and you've got those massive, great spiky bits behind him. And I think it was the first tower that I built. I just stuck a massive ones of them on it.
Giant, big, spiky things.
I know, it's beautiful. It's prose, really. Yeah, so there's a lot of that, and actually, like a lot of. I'm trying to make it kind of technically, historically correct in a way as well. So there's history, there's film, and there's Shin.
That's mean Shin is a fantastic Let's Builder.
He's got a lot of skills with Minecraft.
That's mean I try to pinch things here and everywhere. Like some people have been saying that my current series has stolen a lot of stuff from his Erebor series.
Right.
Which it kind of has here and there, but I just wanted to do it anyway. My current Big Dig Reloaded, there's kind of 3 levels. You're at the base level, 5 blocks up there's another level, and 5 blocks above that there is the 3rd one.
Yeah.
And I just done that purely for perspective, because if you're looking across you can see multi-layered stuff, and of course as the perspective shifts towards the back it funnels down. So that's the only reason why I've done it. I take compliment that people seem similarities, but I didn't actually take much from him.
Yeah.
But I do try to steal stuff now and then, but it doesn't work. I can't actually implement it my way, so I just kind of have to bodge it and hopefully it works.
Yeah, from looking at it so far, it's been pretty good. I think a lot of things, like, people don't see the difference between inspiration and copying. Like,
yeah.
If you see something great in someone's work, you sort of naturally take it forwards into your own work. It's sort of like the evolution of art, basically. So there's a difference that a lot of people don't recognise, and it's important to see that inspiration isn't theft.
Well, it's just pretty much the same as just architecture in general. Architects actually study architecture to do better architecture.
Yeah.
So it's just what happens in real life. You can't appreciate art, well, you can't do art if you don't appreciate what's previously done.
Definitely.
Unless you're an abstract artist, that's just mental.
Well, yeah, or a modern artist in a way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go knocking modern art on the internet. I'll get torn to shreds.
But yeah, so that's your Let's Builds. What about your Minecraft series? Because it hasn't been touched on for a little while, has it?
The Adventure Island series happened quite a long time ago. Since then, a lot of the people who that was filmed with have started getting jobs, and I'm working a lot more than I used to. That was filmed sort of back at university when we all had a lot of free time on our hands, and we probably should have been doing something better with it than filming Minecraft. But yeah, it's been very hard to get sort of 7 or 8 people in the same place at the same time. That and the games we've done, we're sort of all doing different bits of Minecraft now than what we used to. So going back, because I don't know if anyone has sort of ever gone from, you play vanilla and you go, oh, let's play some sort of mod pack, you do some Feed the Beast, you do some Minecraft, and then going back to vanilla, it's kind of really jarring.
Yeah. That's why I tried a little bit of Minecraft. No, it wasn't Minecraft, I went to Hexit.
Oh yeah,
I hated that so much. I hated it.
Hexit's got some cool stuff, but it's hard.
Well, the thing is, I played it solo, and I think it's supposed to be as a team thing, and I just really did not enjoy it at all.
Battle towers, man, they're so hard to take solo.
Well, I think it was just very repetitive. Like, if it's multiplayer, then possibly you can laugh at one's misfortune and someone else's one, and you can bounce between yourselves. But it was like, okay, there's 5 of these giant tower thingies running to each other. I killed, working my way up, same boss. Next one, all the way up top, same boss. I was like, it's just so repetitive.
And at the end of the day, you're just gathering stuff.
Yeah.
When Minecraft is sort of much more about moulding your world, creating your world. Having lots of swords doesn't really do it for me at the end of the day.
But that's the thing, I wanted to build, similar to what I normally do, I like building villages. And I was I can't build villages if it's giant bloody golem guy just keeps fireballing my building. I don't
it's
like
really
this.
hard to find empty space.
Yeah. But and a lot of people got annoyed at when I ended the series, and I literally apologised. I went, unfortunately, I do not find joy in the series, and I'm not going to sell myself out for views on a series that I do not enjoy. That's when I brought back Big Dig as Big Dig Reloaded.
Yeah,
and I said I love this series so much so that I spent 10 hours on it today, like terraforming and building.
Yeah. And that's it. You have to enjoy what you do if you're gonna make good content. If you're not enjoying it, the person who's watching it sure isn't going to, and you're not going to spend the time as you should editing it. You're not going to do a good job, and you've got to enjoy what you do.
Well, it doesn't really portray it across in your actual vocal commentary. If you're just going to go, yay, okay, we're going to go towards this and do that, or you can go, okay, we're going to go over there, go this, go that, because you're actually inside of it. It just does not portray it. So I get really annoyed when people just do it for the sake of being popular.
Battering your head against a brick wall, doing something you don't enjoy for the sake of additional views.
Yeah, you should do it because you enjoy it.
Definitely.
And if people find enjoyment with it as well, bonus.
Exactly. And again, at the end of the day, that's what we all are on YouTube for. We all like making videos.
Well, you say that. Some people just want to become YouTube famous, which...
Well...
I posted this on a forum saying, if people want to look at this, and if you want the opportunity to be showcased, because I want to do it as subscribers as well as a few other people, and I said the reason why you want to be showcased, one person said, because I want more views. I went, nope.
No.
Yeah, so that's a person that I want. Some person said that I've had a hard time actually getting subscribers and viewers. Look at his content, and he's a fantastic artist, brilliant let's player, and he's only got like 100 subscribers, and I was like, this person is amazing, much better than me, so this is a person I definitely am trying to push.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do. That person said just wants a little bit more help, and I went, if I can do it, I will do it.
Yeah, it's so hard getting started. I mean, I'm still only sitting around 60. The Awesomenauts stuff recently has helped a lot, and I know I'm not as regular as I always should be. That's sort of life being very busy, but it's so hard getting your foot through the door. Once you find that thing that you can do, and someone having something like this to help you along is a massive boost to that.
Well, we both started roughly at the same time, didn't we? Well, we had roughly the same subscriber count, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, you've shot on ahead.
Well, I got lucky, really, really lucky. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. I don't know if I've said in the previous one, I've done the Big Dig. I started a few episodes, well, quite a few episodes. I was like 8 episodes before it went to an official mod pack.
Yeah.
So when people went, okay, what's this new mod pack that's now become on Tekkit Launcher?
Yeah.
They went on YouTube, went, okay, let's check this out, and I've already got 8
There you
episodes.
go, the hits, yeah.
Yeah, so I went to bed one day with like 80 subscribers, woke up with like 160. I was like, what the hell
Wow,
happened here?
that's a nice morning.
Yeah, I was going, okay, this video started with like 100 views, woke up, it had 1,000. I was going, what has gone on here?
Yeah, that's what I found with the first Awesome Noughts. I had a few of the bigger players retweet it, and in a day, it was my birthday actually, I put the video up on the night before my birthday, woke up with 30 more subs than I went to bed with, so that was a good day.
That's your highest viewing video, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just broken 500 this week, which is really pleasing.
537 views, and it's only a week old, so that's really good.
Very pleased with that.
That's doing better than my current series. Boom.
Well, it's going to be going big places. I don't want to spoil the surprises coming, but there is a lot to be coming from the Awesome Noughts series. There's some big names involved in it soon, and you're going to be seeing some really cool stuff. So stick around to see that series, definitely.
Cool. So not actually touching into that side of it, but like I myself, I don't if it's because I joined Awesome Noughts at the wrong time, but I like MOBAs, but I never really got into Awesome Noughts. Do you like dip into other MOBAs at all?
I've played a bit of Dota. I'm only very, very casual. What do I play? Single Draft, I think. So
I have no idea what that is. I just play...
That's the one where you're given just like there's 5 random heroes you can choose from, and you just pick one. Everyone's given 5 random ones, so it's all elements of tactical choice in a way taken away.
All pick works fine for me.
Right. But yeah, I've not really. I mean, I've played sort of 10, 12 games of Dota now. I keep getting sucked back to Awesome Noughts.
I think I might jump back to it one time, but don't apologise, mate. Yeah, it's just when I expected it to be kind of a cooperative brawler where you worked your way against AI, but I didn't know it was a thing that you take down the creeps, you level up, you go back, buy more items, you go back, take out the heroes or whatever they're called. So I never understood that part of it, so I never really liked it. So I played it for like 3 matches and went, I hate this. But then I played Dota, so I'm like, should I go back and try it?
Maybe, come back to it with a fresh mind. Awesome Noughts, when I started the game, I hated it. I just couldn't get into it. I felt just that I couldn't pick the right builds for a character, and I pretty much quit the game early on for about a few weeks just because I couldn't get into it. And then I had a friend who was playing it, and I slowly got back into playing it more and more, and now I can't put it down. It takes a while to find your character. There'll eventually something will click, and you'll just be like, I can play it this way, and then that's your launching point from there. So it is one of those games that you've got to give it a bit of a chance just to sort of find your niche in the game, and once you found that, then you're really good in a way.
That's pretty much the same with any game though, isn't it? Once you find that you can kill people with ease, you're like, I am now king of my castle. Now try and take it.
Good thing, yeah.
Okay, so you also have Hotline Miami, which I love. I love that game a bit.
Miami it's a fantastic game. There's just, sometimes you're playing a game and you've just got a huge smile on your face.
Because you're a homicidal maniac, yes.
Well, that's it. It's just the game's just something else. I don't know if it's the aesthetic of it all or what, but it's just pure fun, that game. I have no bad words about Hotline Miami, and everyone should play it. It's a really fantastic game. It's also the fact that it's always different as well. Like you can see what path you should be taking through a level, but it works like that maybe like 1 out of 10 times. You're always having to improvise, and like with the weapon drops always changing as well. That really kind of mixes it up. So it's
not even that. You've got the mask as well, which can just completely change your play style.
Yeah, having that just another element switch up it. You can pick how you want to get through a level. I mean, I like just using the knives and the melee weapons. I'm no good with the guns over range. There's times you have to use it, and picking the right mask really does help you get through the levels in the way that you like to do it.
I like playing the dude at the Tony the Tiger Mask one.
Yes.
Who just punches the hell out of everyone.
Yeah.
Like, he's amazing, but yeah, I don't have any bad words for it, but I do utter plenty whilst playing it.
Yes, yes, definitely. And it's the sort of thing that, I mean, the videos that I've got maybe are about a third of the time that I spent playing it for those same levels, because there is a lot of failed attempts cut out.
I think that's the reason why I didn't do a let's play of it, because I try not to swear in my videos, but I just
It brings it out in you.
Yeah.
It really does.
I know, because I literally will go over and over and over, and in my head I'm like, this is perfect, I know exactly what's going to go on, and it doesn't work out. I'm like, for God's sake, please, just
Yeah.
work for me.
Yeah, it's infuriating in a good way.
You looking forward to the second one?
Very much so, yes. If the first is anything to go on, then the second one should just be fantastic.
Well, there's a bit of controversy about it at the moment, but have you heard about the controversy?
I can't say I have, actually.
There's a sex assault within the game,
Ooh.
but they said that when they done it, I think it was at PAX Prime or PAX East, one of the PAXes.
Right,
When
yeah.
I was demoing it, they said that the actual context of what it was in, like, because it's only a demo, you can't actually understand the storyline of what's going on and the actual significance of this particular scene.
Right.
It's like saying the ending of Romeo and Juliet when they poison and she commits suicide.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
take
just
that
take-
out of context, it's
Yeah,
a rubbish ending.
And you just go, okay, she lives happy ever after. Like, well, that's a fantastic romantic tale. It just completely destroys that storyline and doesn't have the
Yeah.
same significance.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same as that. If they take that out, then they've got to either one, rewrite the storyline to give something a similar significance, or just
Yeah.
completely water down the story and make it not as good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the constant thing of a game is art, and in a way, like, again, like, say something with comedy, another art form, people are always pushing the boundaries. And you look at what Frankie Boyle has said over the years, and that's always
I
generated
love Frankie
controversy.
Boyle.
Yeah, and so games as an art form are always going to push what is acceptable at times, and there's plenty of other things out, like you look at 50 Shades of Grey, to bring up an example of something which is not your standard piece of media for the art form that it's in. And it may well be the same case here, that if you can tell a story and if you can weave something into a story and it's got a plot significance, it's not just there for shock value, then it's the sort of thing that's going to be an interesting, I don't want to say an interesting part, it's going to be a significant part of the plot in some way or another.
It's a bit different that note. Like, actually, it's a bit weird, we're going off topic here, but like the graphic style of Hotline Miami, 1 is top down, 2 is pixels,
Yeah.
so you don't actually see much. And though there is still an account of a sexual assault, though if something like 50 Shades of Grey, which is 1, it's a novel, so you're actually relying on your own imagination, so you can actually do whatever you want in your mind, so it's your own interpretation of that particular story, whereas in the game it's already depicted.
Yeah.
So there's only one slate you can see. It's not going to be something like a full-on 3D in-your-face rape scene. It's going to be
Definitely,
a top-down, old-school, retro, and awesome soundtrack in the background.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Nevertheless, if I take it out, I'll be a bit upset. Or if they do it similar to how Call of Duty did. I can't remember if it was Modern Warfare 1 or 2, when there was the massacre mission where you could skip it.
Yeah, that was Modern Warfare 2 in the airport.
Yeah,
Yes.
that mission's. People said it was like unscathed from that. I was shocked by that. I did not like it.
It's one of those times when you do sort of think in a game, and it comes out, I don't want to sort of tar lots of gamers with the same brush or anything, but it depends, I think, a lot of time, if you're treating it in your head as an art form. Like, is this a story, or am I just doing this for mindless button bashing and look what sort of devastation I can wreak, haha, take this, people. It was a shocking moment of a game, and that's probably did a lot for their publicity beforehand. Whether it be good or bad, it's still publicity. And yeah, it was definitely a shocking moment of the game. I'd agree with you there.
Well, I think that even though that was a shocking moment, it was kind of representative of the actual character himself, because he was a spy.
Yeah,
He was spying on the Russians, so him himself as an American citizen was killing his own citizens.
yes,
So you was pretty much living through the emotions that that person would have to go through himself.
yeah.
Whereas the Russians didn't really care. I'm pretty sure it was Russians. I could be completely racist here, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Russians.
Russians. Yeah, Nikolai something.
But I think that's Black Ops. I know Nikolai's definitely in Black Ops.
Yeah, it's a long time since I played
Yeah, I
Black
know.
Ops. Actually.
But yeah, you was living through his particular moments. So anything that you pretty much took through negatively from that, you could say that's the same as that individual
Yeah.
would have been feeling at the same time.
Making the
I should be
player
a
emotive.
PR person for Activision.
Definitely. And I think that's. Have you played Metal Gear Solid 3?
Played every single Metal Gear Solid.
I love Metal Gear Solid. Literally, I have every Metal Gear Solid apart from the new Legendary Edition, which is out now.
It's still all of them, just in a giant box set.
I know, but it's got Metal Gear written on it, so I kind of want it. Metal Gear 3, an utterly fantastic game, probably my favourite game ever made. The bit at the end where you have to shoot the boss. And the game will not go forwards unless you do it, and you just don't want to.
Yeah.
And that was a very powerful moment of a game.
Actually, I
when,
wanted to, because she gave you that gun, which is awesome.
well, the Patriot was a quite useful thing to take forward in next playthroughs. But when the narrative of it all, you knew that it was all a case of duty. You knew she wasn't a bad person. It was all a setup of governance. You didn't want to do it, but you had to because that was the duty. And that was a very emotive, powerful moment.
I think a lot of people say that Metal Gear Solid is just a
Playable film.
Well, technically it is, but it's such it's one of my favourite series ever. Metal
Yeah,
Gear Solid
hands down my
4,
favourite one.
The ending scene when you're that's a fantastic scene when you're dealing against
Yeah.
Ocelot.
Oh, yeah, and the throwback through all the other games, the
Yeah.
soundtrack changing and the art style.
It's not even that; it's the actual the HUD at the top.
Yeah,
Each
with your
change-
old
changes-
style health
yeah.
bars. Oh,
I was
that's
like,
amazing.
oh my god! Even
Yeah.
the throwback towards Metal Gear Solid 1 when he's in the helicopter.
Yeah.
I was like,
ID.
good times.
And that first time coming out the snow on Shadow Moses, and with the best is yet to come, the song from the end of Metal Gear 1,
Yeah.
just playing over the snow, and you just see Shadow Moses. That was one of the few moments when an actual shiver goes down your spine.
That and when he's crawling through the corridor that's radiating at him.
Yes.
Oh, that is such an emotional part of
Yeah.
that game. We've
Yeah.
kind of gone off topic with the interview.
We have.
It's gone back to
So
the
we can
nostalgia.
cut that
now.
out. This is just us talking.
No, we'll keep it in. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've kind of gone off topic there.
Yeah. Do you want to bring it back
No,
to
it's fine. It's
question?
fine. It's fine. So I think we'll just continue on to questions now. We've learned quite a bit about yourself and our gaming history of the years.
Yep.
So let's jump into some questions. I pretty much do this each week with every single person in this. So question 1. Where... I don't know, that changed so I actually know your name. I'll read that one. Because
Okay.
you had a previous name, but that's changed.
Yep.
So...
Currently, I think my general Steam name and Skype name is sticking with Dr. Nick. The channel is just going with Nick, but in terms of general game, just because when I set my Minecraft account, I wasn't thinking and I called myself Nicholas Hills. Had I actually been... I'm really looking forward to the account update when you supposedly, I think they're bringing in character name changes, possibly.
Oh, really?
It's one of those things which is on the planned future updates and has just sort of been hanging out there for ages, and the account update is just getting slowly ever closer, but if it comes in I will be changing my name. But yeah, Dr. Nick is the general name which goes around with me in other games,
Okay.
and is my Steam name, and it's what I play under in Awesome Noughts and anything else on Steam.
What's your favourite indie game?
Ooh, that's good. Currently, what I have been playing, and this isn't on the channel, is a game called Thunder Wolves. which is do you remember those sort of old Mega Drive games when you were an attack helicopter and you just did like tiny little missions, go out, shoot something, and come back?
Is this the over the top with like one like punchlines and everything, and the over the top?
It's like a
music?
modernisation of that. It's just really crazy helicopter action fun. And with lots of missiles, lots of explosions, and
It's
quite
like
like
unlimited,
"Hooah!"
yeah, it's like unlimited ammo. You got like special pickups here and there,
Yeah,
like really crazy boss fights, like you're fighting tanks and other helicopters and
it's
stuff.
utterly mad, and it's
don't
just
you have like
fun.
a jet boost on that?
Yeah,
as well?
your helicopter can like suddenly just like speed up to dodge projectiles and deploy flare. It's currently I have been playing that just over the last couple of days, and it's just a whole load of fun.
So technically, you're Airwolf, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, yeah. Airwolf with lots and lots of explosions, lots and lots more.
Why don't they do a remake of Airwolf? That'd be amazing.
That would be.
Second question: what upcoming games are you looking forward to play the most, and why?
Okay, well, Awesomenauts has got an expansion coming out now, which has just finished its Kickstarter funding. It's constantly getting more stretch goals as well, so it's getting bigger and bigger, so that's really exciting as a big lover of Awesomenauts. Metal Gear Solid 5 is like hugely on my radar. I'm just a huge fan of the series, as we've said, and yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how Kojima's fitting it in. It's going to be an interesting game with the way it's kind of split, I think, because got the first half of the game, which, I mean, we've sort of seen bits and bobs in trailers. It's got this new open worldiness to it where you can bring in vehicles to take you to other sections of the map. It's no more of that the classic Metal Gear, like here is a stage, here is a stage, here is a stage. It's fully open world. So we have that leading up to some sort of events which put us as Big Boss in a coma, and then we wake up from the coma, we're missing an arm, and we go out through an exploding hospital, and I think we see Colonel Volgin possibly in that, so some sort of precursor to Metal Gear 3 we're tying in there nicely. So that's going to be really interesting to see. I'm glad they went backwards rather than forwards. I felt that Metal Gear 4 was really tied up, so I'm glad they went backwards there, and there's some Paz and Chico going on from Metal Gear Peace Walker. So yeah, it's the Metal Gear storyline is the timeline really is quite hard to unravel at the best of times, unless you like if you've really followed the series. It's like watching Lost. Lost made sense perfectly well if you actually followed it and you listened to it all. And I think it's kind of the same with Metal Gear. You've just got to almost have like an encyclopedia on hand as you're going through it. But yeah, I'm really, really, really looking forward to that when it comes out.
I was trying to think. Did Volgin survive?
Well, I mean, I have to put this in. Like, if you go through the original reveal trailer, there's a section where, hang on,
I'm just trying to think of Metal Gear Solid 3.
in 3 at the end, he's on the Shagahod and like he's driving it around with his arms wrapped into the cables, and you see him at the end. He's struck by lightning multiple times, and all the bullets in his
Things they shoot, don't they?
yeah, all the bullets detonate. So that's. I can't. Does the Shagahod fall off a cliff though? No, it falls down the bridge at the start and then climbs back out. So I don't know if like Volgin's kind of a bit like he was never given a definitive yes, he is dead. So but yeah, it's the scene in the original reveal trailer where there's a corridor that's sort of exploding and Snake sort of flung back, and you see this character stood in the fire, and if you remember, Volgin had this like red suit. Do you remember when you fought him in the base of the Shagahod pit?
Yeah.
And he had that kind of like red rubberized suit. There's a character stood in the flames who's wearing a big muscly character in a big red rubberized suit.
So you think it's Volgin? That'd be quite interesting.
Yeah, so
Because
that's...
he's a bit of a badass.
And there is supposed rumours of a young Psycho Mantis as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love Psycho Mantis. He's an
He's
amazing
such a cool
character.
I'm going to find you this trailer just a sec because I want to show you. Metal. See, I'm having now to look around the mic, which is just sat in the middle of my desk because I can't. Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain trailer.
Oh, while you're doing that then, let me ask you question 3 then.
Okay, let me just come back to the.
What is your scariest moment in gaming so far?
Okay, this is going to be a bit of a weird because not many people have are sort of going to put me in this, but really remember the name of the game. Let me just think. What was it called? Oh my god, why can't I remember the game?
Why are you asking me what it's called? I'm asking you the question here.
Yeah, why can't I
happens in
remember it? It was that shooter, the first shooter that came out on PS3, alternate history, where aliens around, the Chimera, not Killzone, oh no, Resistance, Fall of Man.
Okay.
Right, okay, yeah, so the scariest moment, I think probably going back, there was the first shooter that was out on PS3, Resistance, Fall of Man. Now, the PlayStation 3 came out in kind of like wintry time here in England, so the nights were falling in early. I pre-ordered my PlayStation, we picked it up in the morning before school, gone off to school, I come back and had homework and had dinner, and then I'm like, yes, I can finally go and play on the PlayStation. So I load up Resistance, Fall of Man, I play the first few levels, and then out of nowhere, behind you, this Chimera comes up and just latches onto your face, spins the camera around, and it was dark, it was night, I mean, I can't remember how old I was, but it was like, yes, 7, so I was maybe like 13, and it scared the bejesus out of me. And
so that's your scariest one?
Yeah, that, like, in terms of pure shock moment, that is by far, like, the moment which has elicited the biggest response from me, in terms of, like, flinging controller across room, like, whoa, what is going on here? Because, and like that sort of the jump between PS2 and PS3 graphics was quite noticeable, and I was sort of just getting into, and just suddenly having like this crazy like zombie-like thing mashing on your face from like, and it's quite an atmospheric level. It's like creepy and dark, and just suddenly like without any warning, this thing snuck up behind you, and it's just spun you out. It's like rah, blah, 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 sort of in your face. It's like whoa.
My one is did you ever play the original Silent Hill on the PlayStation?
Yes.
For some reason, my brother was like, we can only play this at night. Curtains are drawn, and I'm like, okay, I'm about 10, 12, and we kind of shared a room, so I was like, I am absolutely cacking my pants. I don't like this. So yeah, that's probably one of the scariest ones. That was pretty much the oldest classic horrors, original Resident Evils, Resident Evil 1s, 2s. Yeah. Not any of like 4 onwards, because there's action shooters. Other than that, what else scared me?
My dad was a big player of the original Tomb Raiders on PS1, and I remember coming down one night and he was fighting the end boss from Tomb Raider 1, and I think I must have only been like, I don't know, 9 years old, maybe even younger than that at the time, and it was this kind of like crazy little weird monster thing dragging itself around. That was pretty freaky.
Was that the one, like this giant thing, and you was on this one platform?
Yeah, it was in the temple. Yeah. It was kind of like this giant fleshy body, like vulture head and 2 big arms, and that was weird.
That took me about 2 weeks to complete, because it just keeps pushing you off it. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. Whilst we're on Tomb Raider, the butler in Tomb Raider 2 in Lara's house.
Yeah.
That guy always used to freak me out. He's just, I always used to shut him in the fridge just to keep him away while I was doing the assault course.
Oh, you're really nice to that butler, aren't you? Just get in the fridge, get in the fridge.
Well, yeah, you sort of like get him to come into it, you press the button, like get right to the back of the fridge, and then like be in there, and you run out past him and shut the fridge door, and he's just stood there like walking against it, sticking his tea tray through the door, and like, right, now I'm in peace, now I'm off to do the assault course.
So this is the unseen side of Lara Croft. She absolutely destroys her butt. She goes about 20 butlers a week, just killing them in the freezer. She's absolutely like a homicidal maniac.
And that's why she's off on the adventures so much, so she's never in town when the police turn up.
Yeah. Well, she's actually putting the corpses in the tombs, because that's where you find corpses anyway. Yes,
it's reverse tomb. It's like Tomb Placer.
Wow.
So,
I'm going to go to Square Enix. We've got a genius idea for Tomb Raider.
Yeah, she's actually got like a support team of about 5 people just dragging the sack containing the butler along behind her. She's just going out clearing the corridors, and they just leave the butler in the tomb. No one would suspect.
I don't know how we came crime. I don't know how we came to this conversation.
So yes, Lara Croft raiding tombs to put butlers in it is my scariest moment in gaming.
The scariest discovery in gaming.
Yes, yeah, the most shocking revelation.
Question 4: which YouTuber has influenced you the most?
Okay, well, I think there's a range. Definitely, the Yogscast as a whole have been a big part of my YouTubing, and Shin especially, in terms of the building. And I'm a big fan of Sips as well. I really love his commentary style. So I wouldn't say I try to be Sips, but certainly I don't know. I really like the way that again, Sips and Shin, they talk, they engage with their audience a lot more than other YouTubers do.
That's what I love about Sips. He questions everyone like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Anyone else? Mum, dad.
Yeah, me, my dad.
But yeah.
And so yeah, definitely him doing that, as that's certainly encouraged me, and I really try and do that. I try and engage with my audience a lot more because I've seen that it's really great how he does it.
The thing, a lot of people say that he puts on a persona when he does it. I went, that's just Sips. That's just how he is.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you should see his Twitter. Like,
I've seen his Twitter anyway.
yeah, all sorts comes over his Twitter. It's like, the man is a dad.
Yeah.
with his son Poop Feast 420.
And final question then, what retro game would you love to do a series on?
Now it depends how retro are we going, because Crash Bandicoot is
That's still retro.
Yep. Crash Bandicoot is next to Metal Gear Solid my joint number one. Crash Bandicoot 1 is a game that I still play every year along with a friend. We do it every year and we platinum Crash Bandicoot from scratch. It's just a yearly tradition. I love Crash Bandicoot 1 so much, and if I could get a screen recorder for my TV and the PlayStation, then I would love to record Crash Bandicoot 1.
What about getting a game capture card and get it on a PS3?
Yes, it's certainly quite a possibility. I mean, I've got it all through the network on there as well, and on the PSP as well, but I'm clear on that. That's definitely something it's another purchase to make at the moment, and money is always
It's
in
always
demand.
in the back of mind.
So in the future I would definitely love to do that.
I've got a game that's called I don't know if I've played it before. There's a game called, it's called different in America. It's called Illusion of Gaia, but in the UK it's called Illusion of Time. It came out on the SNES.
Oh right.
It was done by Enix,
Oh yeah.
who joined Squaresoft. Squaresoft.
Enix, yeah.
Yeah. And it is amazing. It's one of my favourite games of all time, if not my favourite game of all time. It
Ooh,
pretty
wow.
much, the reason why I love like games like Zelda,
Yeah.
this RPGs in general, was because this one game had such a fantastic storyline that it made me take risks on games in the future, because I just wanted to be indulged with a fantastic storyline.
You wanted to find that experience again.
Yeah. And I went on YouTube recently to see if anyone's done anything. You can speedrun it in like 3 hours, but it took me like 2 weeks to play through.
You wouldn't want to.
No.
You go back for the experience. You wouldn't want to ruin it.
I watched old speedrun just because I wanted to hear the soundtrack. Oh, it's got a fantastic soundtrack. But it's a really, if I could get the rights to do it, but I can't because Nintendo are idiots.
Yeah.
I would love to do that series, because it's old, it's very dialogue heavy. Combat's kind of dated now. It's kind of just standard Zelda 4-direction shooting with kind of special abilities here and there. But it's just such a good game. Bosses that I die on all the time.
But you don't mind.
Yeah, I was stuck
it's all
on.
fun.
I mind. I was stuck in- there's these like vampire bosses. There's 2 of them, and I was stuck in them for like 2 weeks. I just
Yeah.
couldn't kill him. Then one day I just got so lucky and I killed him. I was like, thank you.
You found yourself in the zone.
That's such a good. That's one of my favourite moments. Just finally getting past those bloody bastards.
There was another game on PS1. In fact, it was called Jade Cocoon.
Oh my!
Don't
I
think
love
I've
that game
heard
to
of that.
bits. Jade
Jade
2
Cocoon is
sucked,
great.
but the first one was amazing.
Yeah, I love the whole capture the monsters and
It's just a better
join
version
them.
of Pokemon, because you could
Yeah.
breed them together and you
Create
get a stronger
different
version,
species.
and you can actually
Yeah.
attack, and like all the equipment you equipped in itself was quite visible.
Yeah,
Yeah, that game was amazing.
it was.
Jade
And the
2
environments were so beautiful as well for the time. It looked fantastic. You know,
Yeah,
you're
later
like
on
the
in
only
the game it's
person.
like really hard. Like end game
Yeah.
is like stupidly hard.
Oh yeah, you're the only person I said, "Oh, Jade Cocoon," and you go, yes. Oh, so
if
thank
my
you
mate
for
Martin
that.
was here, I lent to him. He loved that game as well.
Yeah.
It was a
yeah,
really
so
good game,
definitely.
but not many people played it. It was really,
No.
really good.
Well, I didn't actually play it. Well, I had it. It was on one of the. Do you remember the old PlayStation Magazine demo discs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it originally on one of those demo discs, and then about 5 years later, I played that demo. The demo was huge. It was like 2 hours long.
Yeah, because you went through and you went to play one of the bosses. You cleared the area, and you went through different tiers, and you went
Yeah.
to the boss area, which was a really long. Well, the demos back then was really generous anyway, but that one was huge.
It was massive. I played the demo just like several times, and then about 5 years later I found a copy going cheap on eBay because it's pretty pricey nowadays, and I happened to snap one up on eBay, and it's a beautiful game. Love it to bits.
Well, as soon as I saw it come out in the UK, I went to, what was it? It was Virgin Media at the time.
Virgin
And I saw it-
Megastore. Oh, was it?
Yeah, Virgin Megastores.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went there and I found it. I was like, "Thank you." So that's when I got my Jay Cocoon.
Yeah. That was just after they bought out Electronics Boutique, wasn't it? That's going
All
back
the
a long
Americans
way.
watching this are like, "What are these two
What-
Brits
what-
talking
yeah,
about?"
What's going on? Electronics Boutique.
Yeah. So I think that wraps up our 5 questions. What are we expecting in your channel in the near future about touching on the scenario of Awesomenauts?
Okay, well, the Let's Build series is going to be carrying on. It's a bit slow because the filming time with the whole time compression, it takes a while, so that's definitely going to be carrying on. Electronic Superjoy, we are going to reach the end of that game, even if it kills me. I mean, it's been killing me a lot. The fail counter is just rocketing, so it's going to kill me a lot, but we're going to get to the end of that. And then I think we're going to see, because I say there is the Awesomenauts carrying on. That is a lot of load on the editing, so maybe once I've cleared Electronic Superjoy, I'll find something new, some sort of new small indie game to pick up in the meantime. Yeah, so there's going to be Minecraft, Electronic Superjoy, Awesomenauts, and then something new.
Cool. So that wraps up this subscriber showcase. Thank you, Nick, and I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye.
Cheers.